Melbourne's opening up a bit, borders easing further today, travel into regional areas. You'll be happy about that as well. Doesn't this prove that all those lockdowns and all those rules they're in too long anyway? They're obviously unnecessary because we keep seeing infections go down. Not as dramatically in Victoria yet, but they're certainly gone down considerably from their peak.
Well, Chris, as you and I have been speaking about for some 18 months, in Victoria we have had too many draconian restrictions, too many abuses of power, and that's been devastating for our economy. I mean, who would have thought that we would be in Melbourne, the world's most lockdown city, locked in our houses overnight by way of a curfew and all of the other terrible restrictions that have occurred? I think they've been ridiculously over the top, Chris. I've been, as you know, very outspoken about this. We are opening up. I can at last see my sister. She lives in Melbourne. I live in regional Victoria, and we are seeing some freedoms, thank goodness. But then again, Chris, around the corner, we have a very, very dangerous proposal by Daniel Andrews by way of the Pandemic Management Bill.
Yeah, we talked about that a bit last week. It seems extraordinary after doing all of this to your state that you would actually look to increase your powers rather than dissipate them somewhat. Now, the Liberals are going to try and amend this legislation in Parliament. Do they have any hope of making it reasonable?
Well, not unless they can get the three crossbenchers to support them. These rules, frankly, a proposed bill, are so draconian. We've seen eminent barristers speaking out. They actually provide, Chris, that someone can be detained arbitrarily by the executive without any recourse to a court. They provide that things like $90,000 fines, jail of up to 2 years for a breach of health restrictions, which may just be things like not wearing a mask. So this is absolutely insane. It is precisely why Matthew Guy needs to be elected in Victoria, because he has vowed to repeal these dreadful laws if they are passed. But look, I just think the dictatorship, I mean, unfortunately the Premier has got the nickname Dictator Dan, but if ever we see an example of a dictatorship here in Victoria, it is this bill. It is horrendous.